And welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. We're playing as the Soviets in World War One, or soon beyond World War One, as we are in late May 1918 at this point. And also because if we actually look over at the Western Front, the Italians have taken over most of France. So most of the war is sort of over. However, that's not much of our concern, as we are spreading the workers' revolution. Last time around we took out the White forces by taking their capital of Belgrade. And since then our armies has marched on. We're gonna have to hold up here for a while, just to pacify the populace. But, as I said, I did have the cavalry army, and that has moved down over here, and is laying siege to this place. I am bringing down artillery from up here that will aid them, so they will be able to attack, and then possibly move through here. At the same time, we're gearing up to have an attack against the Ukrainians over here. We're just gonna try and combine Bersilov's army with Valet's army, and we're gonna get both of them in here. Now I'm gonna just think I'll leave these guys for one more turn here, just because really good replenishment, and we'll get the entire full stack in order, and then we'll be ready to attack. So we're gonna actually start off ending turn, because there's not much I can do right now. Also, we should see about adding on. Do I have? Yeah, I do have the money for. Oh, and you know what? I already have a full stack up here. That one will be relocated against Germany. Right now it's going to Finland, so it's gonna have a massive fight over here at some point. With that said, we're gonna end turn, and we're gonna see if we cannot come to cannot end the Ukrainians here. They still have. I mean, I took territory from them, but then they gained one by taking one from Poland over here. Not entirely sure how long they will be able to hold it. The Polish kind of rebels that spawned up, I don't think it did that well. It went that well for them. But you can see the region is definitely gonna have more and more rebellions. Damn, the growth minus 85 per turn. That's not great. Right, let's go ahead and end turn and see what the Ukrainians have in store for us. Probably nothing, but who knows? We have more technology, aircraft carriers. Very good. We also have lots of troops being recruited, most of which is Red Guard, to hold down the different areas we've recently taken control of. The Romanians have spawned up again as a rebellious force against the Ottomans. Let's see if they're able to go ahead and cut down the Ottoman force that is they've taken over their capital. At the same time, the Ukrainians moved out and they took out the little force. Just make the populace even more unhappy. They kind of consolidated their units around here by bringing in more troops. And then they are bringing troops to reinforce this area. I'm kinda hoping they go so close that this unit can intercept them. In the case of an interception, I imagine that we'll be able to drag in all of these guys into the fight, and with that we could destroy them all. How many did I have any Red Guards here? No, I don't. But can I? Oh, I can still actually move the force out. We've got not that much unhappiness, in fact. We've got 2 Red Guards on the way. We'll be able to, I think, even long before the artillery gets here, this army will actually get there and be able to help out. So we'll redirect these somewhere else. Could possibly move some of those troops into this army, as this cannon's old, and we could use with the infantry to replace some of the partisan units. I think it's probably the best one to remove. And then we'll place... We can send one artillery piece down there to go with the cavalry. And then the rest of these guys will join this force. So that's 4 units we'll remove. 4 partisan units that will be removed. And then these guys will move in. Actually... I removed 1 artillery because I cannot keep the same idea as for the Austro-Hungarian campaign, is that I will not overuse artillery, so I can limit myself to using 2 units. So that's why I'm doing that. So we're moving these guys over there. Am I able to... I should be able to possibly move this army out as well then. No, they're still pretty unhappy. And they're waiting for some heavy artillery. If I moved all the Red Guards over. The thing is, I'm still waiting for the heavy artillery to be recruited, so I can't move too far over here. But having this army closer to the front with the Germans might be better. And then we need to continue the advance up here towards Åbo in Finland. Might actually have the Finnish battle this turn, or this video, rather than a fight against the Ukrainians. It'll be it's kind of a small fight here, definitely an auto-resolve, I think. And then we could actually have the fight against the Finnish troops instead. Might be more interesting. As we've exhausted our moves, it's time once more to end turn. It's gonna be interesting to see if these guys actually are successful in retaking their capital. Path blocked for one of my armies. Not entirely sure what's up with that. More troops recruited. A destroyer in the Gulf of Finland. Red Guard troops. We've got some storm battalions, or whatever you want to call them. National Legislature factories in Novgorod. The Romanians failed their attack, or at least the first one. The second one might go through, who knows. With that, we're gonna start up here. Continue this advance. Single unit on a bridge. We still lost 69 men crossing the bridge. And then we'll be able to move in to support the attack over here. Oh. I need to actually move over a machine gun over here too. Right. Well, I failed that out to resolve this turn. Then these armies... Maybe that's more interesting, in fact, to have a big battle over here rather than to fight over in Finland. If I move into the red, I'm pretty sure they will intercept the army. And we'll have kind of a large fight compared with possibly attacking Finland. I guess Finland can be next then. And today we'll do this. And the intercept. I do not get a secondary army though. Will not help me. I do have gas. I do have a lot of troops. The enemy has about... They actually have what? They have more than 6,000. They have about 7,000 men, in fact. Because this is about 3 and this is almost 4. So that means they've got about 7,000 men against our 3,000. It's going to be an interesting fight. But enough of that. Be a little bit careful about all the cavalry. There's tons of dragoons. And then there's some artillery pieces we might be worried about. Like this one that outranges us. We do have gas. So that should take care of a lot. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and draw into battle, shall we? Pretty straightforward setup. We've got the reserve troop, which is a barrier troop in the back. Then we've got the field artillery here. In front of them we've got all the line infantry, which is mostly Latvian riflemen, and then also some just Red Army riflemen. As far forward as we can, we've got the gas artillery. And then we've got 3 units putting down bombs. So in this forest over here, you know what? Maybe I should just put it as a line, just out of reach of rifle fire in the beginning, but just as a line like that, and the highest chance of actually catching anyone. And with that we'll start by running these guys back. And then getting the infantry up on to a ridge. We'll go in between the forest over there all the way over to the ridge. You can see the troops marching forward over here. The enemy's artillery unit, which could actually outrange us, was placed way within range, so we're going to be able to murder them right off the bat here in the beginning. They've mobilized kind of half the army to move them forward to kind of chase down the engineers, which is great because they'll move right into the bombs if they do that. I'm going to put the engineers... Right now they're not going to get any the enemy's not going to get any reinforcement, but we're definitely going to expect them to get reinforcements, so going to have that in mind. I was going to rush these guys up onto the hill, but if I rush them forward, all of these infantry is going to start firing at them and stop. So they're not going to walk onto the bombs. And I want them to walk onto the bombs. So the artillery is gone. Oh, they're about to walk onto a bomb here. Bye bye, Ukrainians! And then they're about to walk onto a bomb over here, and there at the same time. Almost. Bye bye, Ukrainians! Oh, they bypassed it. They bypassed the bomb. Clever bastards. But we just blew a giant hole in their line, killing hundreds of enemy troops. And well, now the focus really needs to be over here in terms of artillery, because this side is going to be outnumbered quite a lot. I don't even know if I want to charge that far forward right now. Yeah, the enemy is stopping to fire. Yeah, we're not going to move forward. We're going to pull back a little bit. Here, however, on this side, I am perfectly fine with moving forward almost right into the enemy. And as soon as they peek over the edge, we're gonna gun them down, and they are retreating. I am hitting these guys with gas and artillery. Enemy mortar fire. Does my artillery reach? Yes, it does. Fire on the light mortars. Really mostly worried about all that cavalry. You guys are definitely firing at the wrong unit here. You should be firing at the cavalry, which you actually got a clear shot at. Most of the shots here are going into the hill. Except here seems to be kind of a death zone for this Ukrainian unit. And with most of that gone... Oh, when they're reorganizing, they're moving into the firing line here of our units. Oh, they kind of... they got so close to each other up there on the ridge that... Why are we firing gas here? No, no, no. No! Oh, we're gassing our own troops. Why? Fire over there. On the gas to fire right in among all that cavalry. And then the artillery can continue to harass that mortar unit. I'm not entirely sure if those guys were shot down or if it was gas. We might have lost a lot of our own troops there. Let's see if we can kill this one before I reorganize this line. If these guys could actually fire that way. Surprised they're holding as long as they are. That gas seemed to have worked out pretty well. We've got a big pile of horse meat. And, well, not human meat, but I guess someone would eat it. If they're really hungry. After I've implemented my first 5-year plan, people are definitely gonna line up to eat that. Oh, yes, cavalry attack. Overrunning the Red Army riflemen on the flank. That unit, unfortunately, I am willing to sacrifice you guys for the greater good of the workers' revolution. And we're gonna kind of re-establish lines like that. I'm wondering, most of the enemy reinforcements seem to be coming that way, so we'll go ahead and deploy the barrier troops. We'll still keep something to protect the artillery, so we'll keep the engineers over here. And then I guess we'll actually abandon the hill to kind of go here and swing around towards the enemy. I'll order the artillery to fire at will at this point. There's that cavalry unit right in front of you. You should probably fire for them. They didn't actually... I thought they were going to kill that unit entirely, but they actually left about 100 of them. Now they shot them down to 88. But quite a lot of them actually made it out of there. I thought they were going to absolutely slaughter it. Let's see, the barrier troops are about to come into play here, and they'll absolutely cut down everyone. Fresh troops into battle. Oh, this one even rallied. This one rallied. Enemy general over there in the woods just died. And the cavalry, situated like they are, makes a very easy target. And we're all just gunning them down. I think we're actually going to move this artillery piece now to get closer to where the enemy is actually coming onto the field. Over here. Gas doesn't really reach over there. But everyone's kinda defeated and they're pulling back, so we're gonna move forward. Looks good, so this is the main line. Now this one has lost a lot of troops, so we'll have to be careful, like there's a cuirassier unit moving straight towards us. So I might want to actually just pause this advance at a certain point. Okay, we're actually going to pause right here because these guys are running directly for us. And they're gonna get shot down to every last man. A straightforward charge like that could have worked if we didn't see it coming. We've got a gun up there, which we probably should chase down. Oh, and I should not forget to start moving this artillery piece. Oh! Enemy dragoons. Ah! We've got enemies coming in from this flank. Most of my army is over here. We'll continue here though. I'll detach you to actually... Are they unlimbering? No. You'll march to take those guys down. Oh, they're all marching over there. We'll move up to... are they unlimbering? I'm not sure. We'll move up to attack them. I'll move some of the weaker units back onto the hill. And then these into the forest. The barrier troops forward to deal with this infantry unit. I want you guys to actually fire on the troops over there, if you can hold them there until my artillery piece comes into play. Or does my gas reach it? My gas reaches it. But it looks like the rifles are enough to take them all out. I want to kind of maybe aim for the artillery over there. Get rid of that unit. Right now my riflemen are actually good enough to take these guys out. The artillery piece, I think that's fine. Set up over there, you should be able to fire across there. What we'll do is we'll put one guy like that and two facing that way. Then you guys should go up closer to the ridge. Enemy defeated over here, barrier troops forward. Troops forward over there. Now this unit's actually getting destroyed. The artillery is starting to open fire. Getting in some sweet shots on this artillery. This will be very nice, and we should probably be able to continue the advance all the way to their all the way to the town and actually take control of it. Kinda given that this is their last real strong point. The Ukrainians are over after this battle, more or less. Okay, so we've got 2 units. I'll just order the gas cannon to hold fire. Let's see how it's going. Losing quite a lot of Latvian riflemen as we move up to the hill here. I had to move up because almost all shots out of this unit went straight into the hill. Did you have the dragoon? Oh, it kind of at long range looked like they had dismounted, but they hadn't. Oh yeah, the dragoons can't even dismount, so I don't even know why I thought that. A lot of casualties inflicted on this Latvian unit. Not enough firepower being put down upon the enemy over there. Huh. These 3. We're gonna leave the hill then to move into the attack on these last units. And soon enough these should be done with as well. They're holding on to the road, but no. It's time to flee. Leaving only then these 2 units. Fire on the one in the open. Do not fire on the one in the forest. We'll put gas on the one in the forest. Ukrainian infantry. And even more Ukrainian infantry. 1 artillery hit was enough to send these guys away. And with the gas coming in here, these guys are retreating as well. And there we go. the battle has been won, and most of what I would call the real resistance of the Ukrainian force is done with. I mean, we've more or less destroyed or severely cut down a 7,000 men army out of the Ukrainians, so they will definitely not be able to recuperate out of this. I want to hit these guys with gas. It's such a tight formation retreating over here, so it would be nice just to get rid of these so we don't have to fight them once we actually get into attacking the town. The gas seems to be missing them. We're firing. Oh, there we go. Just as I say, they were missing them and just took out almost all of them, leaving only 44. And there goes the next cloud, and they all decided to lie down and have a rest underneath that bush. Right, with that, let's go back to the campaign map, shall we? And here we have the result of that battle. So the enemy deployed 6,700 men. We deployed 3,000. Out of our 3,000, we lost 1,000 men. However, the enemy that deployed 6,700 lost 6,300 roughly, leaving only about 400 of them left compared to 2,000 that's still left in our army, and that is not counting the support army to this one, which surely numbers around 3,000 as well. So we have 6,000 in the area compared to the enemy's like 500. Gas is the highest killer. Field guns actually end up first on the 5th place. We have Latvian riflemen and Red Army riflemen ending up over that. The Ukrainians were still able to put up quite a fight. They killed 1,000 of us, which is one of the higher numbers of loss. I think it's only really beaten by, I can't remember how many I lost against the was it the Latvians or was it the, it was one of the Baltic nations. I think it was no, it was the Lithuanians. The Lithuanian ambush battle, where they came up behind me with all that cavalry, and that one certainly didn't go well. Not a lot of people survived that one. Right, they're all dispersed. Can move in, and we will claim this territory. So we lost another 300 men, but the enemy lost 1,500. Meaning that we captured the place. Mentioned in dispatches also, logistics base. Wonderful replenishment rate. And that also means that all the spy aircraft in the area should be moved to other places. So I think we're looking at moving them kind of towards this region, but also need to kind of start infiltrating Austrian territory. And also probably move more aircrafts down towards the Ottoman territory as we're going for an attack route towards Vienna. One towards Istanbul and one towards Berlin. Berlin is actually the furthest one away and with most obstacles in the way. As we kind of have to pass through Königsberg, then Danzig, then Senin, possibly Dresden, and then hit Berlin. While for Austria you can kind of go through Lemberg, then to Budapest, and then directly to Vienna. Because the river here kind of stops any advancement from there. It's kind of similar over here as well, actually. So maybe, well, it still means that I need to pass through 3 towns compared to 2 in the other cases. In this case, kind of 1. I wouldn't even count this as an obstacle. I would really like to be able to finish this one as well. Need to repair this. And yes. Let's just have you stationed outside so you can pick up the artillery and move as soon as possible. I think we're not actually going to move him all the way down. He's going to now be moving towards Königsberg, given that most of the enemy were pacified down here. That means also this troop... Oh, you know what? This troops actually reaches... Damn, these trains... Oh, you're serious? Oh, the artillery was able to jump. They like, final push, we got you in there. Oh, we have breached the town. Out to resolve, the enemy lost 1730, we lost 233. And we successfully captured the place. Which means that the poor Ukrainians have very little territory left. They have 2 territories, but we'll deal with that next episode. Or actually, most likely, we'll do the Battle of Finland. Subjugate the Finnish. There's quite a lot of them. They don't really have that many special troops. It's mostly infantry, old style. But there's quite a lot of them. We do have a lot of troops as well, and we have heavy artillery. They don't. I don't think there was a factory here. No, they just had that university that I kind of tried out to build. It actually only just supports the research rather than actually become a research center. Which, if I'd known that, or if I'd actually taken the time to check that out from the beginning, I probably wouldn't have built it there. I probably built a factory. Damn, the Finnish are really happy here. Which I guess is... because... there wasn't there like a survey done, and turns out the Finnish are the most happiest people, or most happiest nation on Earth. Which seems odd. But I guess that all that drinking kind of evens it out for them. Right. With that said, let's go ahead and end it right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.